What's going on, everyone? It's my first time doing a live stream, so bear with me. There's probably going to be a couple hiccups, but I think we have a couple people from the team in the chat too. I see Gandalf Gray. I've seen you before on live streams. Any plans for developing higher wattage 8-pin splitters for the higher wattage algos after the merge? We've actually wanted to have lower gauge splitters, maybe 16 gauge splitters. However, the clamp on the 8-pin is already so tight with the 18 gauge that you would have to change something with the clamp on it. And I've actually been talking with a couple people about that. One person being the veteran miner. He hand makes cables here in the United States, and his cables are thicker gauge and everything like that, but he would be the one to talk to about that. But yeah, I mean, which higher wattage algorithms are you talking about? More so like Ravencoin, or does Flux take more? Flux is the same as Ethereum, right? Not too sure. Automatic, how you doing, man? I was really interested in a lithium for a while. It seemed like that they have a what is it, a more green-friendly algorithm, I think is what it was called. Green mining? No, it wasn't green mining. It was like something like that. Let me see, actually. I can search it up while we're here. Let's see, a lithium. Nope, that's CoinMarketCap. What is their actual website? Actually, their website's going to be on CoinMarketCap. Proof of less work, okay. A sustainability blockchain. I feel like that was changed. I feel like it was called something different before. Yeah, I think a lithium gets something like, here's my 3070 Ti's. I actually am repadding these right now. The Zotacs. There's always like a fan that goes bad on these, so I do need to order a whole bunch of fans, but I have my rig off here, but you can still see, you know, averaging about 180 to 200 watts. It's been kind of wonky a little bit with the LHR miners, but yeah, you can see these throttled ones. But the rig's off right now. But yeah, with the lithium, these were, I think, like 140 watts, maybe 150. Seemed like a pretty neat idea. Flux, yeah, Flux might be higher wattage. I think it, I don't know. Let's do what was it? I think What to Mine would probably have the wattage pool for Flux. Let me try miner. Do I have one? Is this even selected? Yeah, it is. Gandalf, what are you mining Flux with right now? Oh, the Mining King. Yes, I did actually. Let me pull that up right now. I don't have it on there because I had to move around a couple things. So I switched it back just because I was kind of worried that it would be not stable. Because I think, here, let me pull it up. No, I actually didn't change this one. I might have tried it on one of my test benches. You were talking about the SoC max voltage. Sorry, I'm still new to the live stream thing. I gotta like turn everything around. No, not simple mining. I use MinerStat. It seems like so many people use Hive, especially with Optiminers and everything like that. You know, Hive has really good, you know, GUI and everything like that for it, which hopefully MinerStat has soon, but we'll see. But yeah, guys, I am repadding these 3070 Ti's. I've done repads on so many different cards, and it seems like the 3070 Ti's have the most drastic difference. SoC frequency and SoC megavolts. What'd you have, 850 on it, I think? Here, let me pull it up actually real quick. Thank you. Yeah, you had 850. I see you have one card that was 860. Or is it two cards? One card. Did you switch that one up to 860 because of just stability reasons? I'm gonna unscrew this card while we're going here. Because I think I tried 850 when I first did this, and the whole rig was just unstable, so I switched it back. And actually, I not switched it back, I just took it off. But let's see, Gandalf Gray, 3070 Ti founders. We actually just did like one of our moderators on Discord got this all put together. Looks like the 3070 Ti founders is 1.5 millimeter on the front and back. Really, the only weird founder edition repad that we've come into that has changed is the 3080 founders. That one seems that like the originals were 1.5 up until maybe, it's May 20th. I want to say maybe 5 months ago, they might have switched it to 2 millimeter, but we don't know exactly when, and there's not really a way to tell until you get the thing opened up. But the back pads on the 3080 are 2 millimeter. $980 and $990. Actually, let's just here. I got this 3070 Ti kind of undone, but let's do it now while we're on here. Why not? I'm gonna do 860 though, because I know I tried 850 before and it gave me tons of issues. So I'm not sure what card it is. Sometimes when you know the Silicon Lottery is nice, but when you have 12 cards, it's you know, one can kind of be the weak link here. Cannot be in R mode, won't work. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and just do what you have working, because it seems to be the right way to do it. Alright, so let me leave that there, and then I'll take off R mode here, which is right here. Okay. Are you still using the newest Team Red Miner? Or is it... Yeah, I'm in R mode, but I just took it out. 60.942. I guess if R mode's not enabled, it should be fine, but yeah, let me try it with the beta. I'm really hoping MinerStat implements this Octominer stuff soon. I know that they're ready for it. It's just a couple things are giving them a hiccup. But like every time I reboot one of these Octominers in MinerStat, I have to go in and manually change fan by fan. And of course, with like the environmental sensors and everything these things have too, I can't, see anything like that. This is going to take a while to apply these overclocks. So you got 55 3090 Ti. Wow. The 3060 Ti are the EVGAs. I'm guessing those are LHR. 14 gigahash. That's crazy, man. That's awesome. Yeah, the Mining King. I'm having so much trouble just dealing with these Octominers now, because it's like I don't know what's going on with them or anything. I can't use any of the sensors or the smart functionalities of them. So, and of course the fan speed, that's because I have that heat box, that ridiculous heat box that I've been building in these videos, and you have to like kind of regulate the CFM that's going through the Octominers and the CFM that you're pulling out. So if you're resetting these Octominers and it's maxing the CFM and the RPMs of these fans on the front, it's like kind of screws things up. Christian R. Get some information on the Octominer GPUs. It's not a partnership. I wouldn't say it's a partnership with Octominer, but we've been talking with them for a little bit. I do have a shirt on from them. You guys should hear something a little more next week. Probably by the end of next week. I'm really shooting for Friday. Robert, the EVGA cards. I have actually 2 hybrid cards, but are you talking about the hybrids where it's AIO? Because then you have a radiator, like a 120 millimeter radiator, or is it 120 by 240? I guess. All right, is this thing overclocked yet? Let's see. It seems like AMD cards just like the overclocks just take forever on MinerStat. I think probably all the Linux distros are the same way. But NVIDIA cards, you run the overclock and it's like maybe 15 seconds, 20 seconds for all of them. It's going. Slowly but surely. What card number are we on? 9, so that's 10. We have 2 more. Anomaly. Do you have a resource on how to get replacement parts for the Octominer fans, motherboard, and PSUs? Yeah, they do have support. If you reach out to them, there is someone on Discord. I don't want to drop his name right here, but he seems to be the guy that helps with all of that. But I would just reach out to them. They've been pretty responsive on things like that. And our partnership, or not partnership, but and with working with Octominer, we will have our own dedicated support for that as well. Boinker 139. Yeah, I've done a grow tent build before as well. You put Octominers in a grow tent, or was it just open air frames? I think the clocks are applied, so. Alright, let's start this up. What do we, or did we put the 860? Yeah, 980, 860. Alright, Mining King, let's see if this one goes. What's up, Rude Puts? How you doing? I'm gonna unscrew this, or disassemble this 3070 Ti while we're doing this. Yeah, I think I'm going to start doing live streams more. I was kind of talking with the team here, and it's like, you know, I feel like I'm doing endless repads and random things, you know, doing research online, seeing what's going on with the crypto markets, and figured I might as well just pop on YouTube Live if, you know, people are interested. Or I could just sit here and ramble. Let's see what this is doing. I feel like another screen would help a lot, because I keep to read the comments and stuff like that. I'll get a hang of it. I'll get the hang of it. Mining client invalid configuration. All right. Alright, Mining King, let's give this one a go then. Let's see. Four voltage. I got it. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll back Team Red Miner actually. That's probably, let's see. You said you're using which one? 9.4.2. Okay. We'll go with that. Let's give it a second here. I think it's doing something. Nope, might be rebooting. We'll give it a minute. MSI 3070 Ti Ventus. Pedro, did you already do a repad on that card? I might have to go manually change this one around. That's a good point, Mining King. I remember that. R mode just enables you to have a lower core. So if you don't have it on in a low core, it's going to bug out a little bit. I'll give this another 30 seconds. That's also another thing that's huge on Hive is the, you know, these optimizers have a built-in hardware watchdog. And I don't think it's working in Miner Set, but in Hive it's there, and you can change settings if I'm correct. Yeah, it's kind of a huge pain having these not on Hive. Maybe I'll switch over just the optimizers until MinerStack can implement something. Pedro, Felix, I usually use Arctic MX4, I think it's called, but I recently got, I got, I don't know the model, but it's Noctua. It's like a brown tube. Alex Petro. Yeah, man, I'm in South Florida and the heat is just, it's ridiculous here, so. Yeah, Pedro, let us know how the Repad goes on that. I have not done that card yet. Oh, the Veteran Miner, what's up, man? I was just mentioning you in the beginning of this stream, actually. I got the Mining King. I saw him. Thank you. The Mining King, no, I think the overclocks are the same. It's not like Windows or anything where the memory has to be a little bit different. Alright, it is booting up. Hey, maybe that hardware watchdog does work on these. I really just don't. As you guys can see in this dashboard, there's nothing here. Actually, let me mention, where's Veteran Miner? Actually, who asked in the beginning? Gandalf Gray, if he's still here. Can you get lower than 18 gauge wire in an 8-pin splitter? Because I remember we're having that conversation where the crimp on the 8-pin is, or the 1 8-pin before it splits, or where it's splitting, it's just too much for an 8-pin, if that makes sense. Veteran Miner's the expert on wires here, so. Let's see. Oh, this thing's booting. Let's switch back over to it real quick. I'm just going to apply the overclocks manually again. Just to make sure they stuck. There's Bravo here in the chat. Florida summer's coming. Yeah, he's in Florida as well, so we're both well aware of the heat. Veteran Miner, Gandalf Gray asked up at the top. I know we were talking about that crimp on the 8-pin being already pretty tight with 18 gauge. But now that I'm thinking of it, on the power supply end, you can only have, I'm trying to think. Can you have more than 255 watts safely go from an 8-pin on a power supply out? I feel like maybe the gauge wire wouldn't be the thing that limits it. I don't know. Alex Petro, yeah, man. These have been running probably. I don't want to say a couple of screws fell out, but they've been running for longer than I want to admit at 108 on the memory. I should have repadded them quite some time ago, but ran out of time. So that's what I'm doing now. I figured I'd hop on live while I'm doing this. These Zotacs are 2mm on the front and 3 on the back, or vice versa. I think it's. I've done like 5 of these or 6 of these of the Zotacs. I've done a bunch of different models, but. Yeah, these memory temps on these cards get really hot, which is like crazy to think about, because it's like you think that, you know, everything that goes into something like this, they would start with the bottlenecks on the card, which would be with the thermal pads, and they don't. They, you know, put the worst thermal pads. Zotac combines the worst thermal pads with the worst coolers and the worst fans, so it's a great experience with these. Alright, now I think I got everything off. It's a little tight. I remember the first time I took the PCB board off the heatsink, I thought I was ripping the thing in half. Oh, there it goes. Alright. I think Zotac also puts the extra sweaty pads on their cards so that they leak everywhere. What's up, man? I'm Rude. What's going on, dude? Using risers in your first rig build? That's awesome, man. Which cards are you running? Veteran miner. 8-pin splitters can be developed in 16 gauge, but soldering would have to be involved. Veteran miner, would there be any benefit to having a 16 gauge wire? I guess yeah, I mean, there's benefit to it. It's just, it's not like you'd be able to go above 255 watts, right? Oh, let's see what this overclock is doing. Completely forgot about it. Okay. GPU 5 looks like it was crashing. What was it crashing for? To 870. Let's give this a go. I'm Rude. 3060 Ti's or 3070 Ti's. Yeah, they're good cards. I mean, in all honesty, I would kind of avoid 3060 Ti's right now. I wanted to get like a couple of them, but I don't think they're stable with the 100% LHR unless you have like 145 watts running on them, maybe even more. So it's kind of like changes the efficiency on it. And now that at the same time, exactly what I'm doing now, you know, swapping around the clocks for these 6700 XTs, it's kind of like, you know, I don't know, I could do the numbers real quick and see. Yeah, I'm rude. There's some good deals on the 6700 XTs right now. I'm not sure what the 5600 and 5700s are going for. I have a 5700 XT rig, but I honestly haven't touched it for like a year and a half. It's one of those things where it's like, if it's not broken, don't touch it. All right, now I'm slowly getting these off. I'm gonna measure this with caliper. These are 2. All right. Might need to bump some numbers. I bumped up the SOC, I think, already. Yeah, to 870. Let me log back into it and make sure the clocks are applying. I'm on 9.4.2. I guess we'll just keep going up until it's stable. I know I've done this before where it's like, you know, it'll get to like the second card and it won't be stable. And then you'll bump it up a little bit, then it'll get to like the 6th card and it won't be stable, and you gotta bump it up again. and then eventually you can write the card numbers down and figure out which ones, you know, you got shafted with the silicon lottery on. So we'll give that a little bit of time. Oh, you're in the barracks? Yeah, we have a good amount of customers that are in the military. I heard you guys get pretty good in electrical rates. Terraform 01. Is T-Rex your preferred mining software for NVIDIA cards? It was for probably a year and a half. Once Phoenix Miner, you know, it was Claymore, and then that died out, and then Phoenix Miner, and then yeah, T-Rex seemed like the king, especially with the dual mining capabilities that they had with was it Ton and Lithium, maybe one other one I can't remember, but yeah, no, T-Rex Miner is great, but their new betas like 26.1, 2, and 3 just don't work for me at all. I have to use MV Miner. I don't know what it is, but I mean, those guys are smart. They'll figure it out soon. That's why I'm not like stressing out about the LHR stuff. If I wait another week and then I come back to it instead of spinning my wheels with it. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'm rude not to draw too much attention. Yeah, maybe, you know, 8-card rig or something like that, and maybe once every 2 months or something add in a card or something. I'm not saying you should do it, but I'm just saying that, you know, it's better than, you know, all of a sudden having an X12 Optimizer pumping out with 2,000 watts out of nowhere. CO4x4. How many 3070 Ti's kind of repad with one of your packages? And it depends on the model. You know, they have the front and back thermal pads. So like for instance, the 3070 Ti that I'm doing, the Zotac, Hollow Amp is the name of it. It requires 2mm on the front and 3 on the back. So you have to buy 2 different size pads. However, our pads are pretty big. This one's kind of already cut up a little bit, but you can kind of see how long it used to be. So, I mean, long story short, with the 100mm by 100mm pads, you can repad, I'd say, with a couple, you know, mess ups, maybe 3 cards if you buy one size of each. They're pretty big size pads. A lot of the pads, like from G-Lit and stuff like that, are like about half the size, and I've used them before, but, you know, if you tear one piece by accident, you have to buy like another one. So that's kind of why we went with the 100mm on them, is it's like, you know, we kind of just assume that, you know, you're going to, you know, mess 1 or 2 up and stuff like that, and you have some room for extra. Yeah, Mining King, I'm hoping. Ever since you sent that to me, I was like, I should make a video. Oh, look like it applied all right, so let's start it up and see. What I'll do is I have this one actually isolated on a PDU. I think it was in the video. So I'll see what it was, which let me get to YouTube. Was it 1500 watts? Is that what it was? 1546. Okay. C Gooch. Looking forward to your Octo offerings. Yeah, be on the lookout. Next week we'll have an announcement. Let's see. Better reminder, why are you're listening to this while driving, man? You're crazy. Okay, I'm not going to change out the pads on I'm only doing the memory chips on this. Actually, I don't know. Let me see if they're the same size, I'll do it. Just so I never have to open the Zotac card again. Is that 2.5? I think it's 2.5. Should have bought a little bit nicer of a caliper. This thing's a little 2.5 or 2.25. Is that possible for the small chips right there? All right, let's see. Mining King. Let's see what is it going? Looks like it got stuck. All right, 880 we go. Actually, should I bump the numbers on some of the others? Core is fine, I think. Core voltage, maybe we'll add another 10 to that. Memory clock is fine. Let's just do 80 on this. We'll try it again. I think that the hardware watchdog on these optimizers might be working regardless of miner stat, but okay, it's doing something. Golden Wolf, yeah, no, I decided to start doing live streams while I'm, repadding cards and everything like that, but it's, so everyone has to sit here and suffer with me while I'm doing it. Bump core voltage and bump 1270 to 1300. Memory voltage, okay. Give that a go. Hopefully this thing boots back up. I think it will. It just takes a little bit of time sometimes. Yeah, no, it's not a lot at all. I turned different music on. Is the music that bad? That I can't hear it on my end, so I have no idea if it's like super loud or not. My camera doesn't actually show this. It looks like I'm just staring down at something, but I promise I'm going through this. Do you guys just rip off the thermal pads and just throw new ones on, or do you sit there and kind of like take all the residue off? I'm sure it makes somewhat of a difference. I guess it's worth doing. Sometimes I just want to rush through these, but then I don't want to have to ever open this card again, so. Memory overclock is at 1070. Rude put. Should I just turn the music is louder than your voice at least? Okay, let me turn down the background music a little bit more. I just wanted something so it's not like dead quiet. Yeah, I was like trying to find something. I don't know, but I will look for something a little more exciting. Oh, you can't see the overclocks. Let's booting back up here, I'll scroll down a little bit. I have 1175, 670, 1070, 1300, 675, and then these two, 980 on the SoC clock, and on the SoC max voltage, I've at 880 right now. Yeah, these hardware resets are nice. I think that it must be on because I feel like these things would freeze up and just not work. That's how most of my rigs before these Octaminers were. That's why I would never ever do any like remote maintenance when it came to like overclocking or updating miners or you know, changing miners or really anything if I'm not there. I always feel like it's one of those things that you do. I was talking to Bravo actually about this. It's like you do it right before you go to sleep. You're like, oh, I'm gonna just change this really quick. It'll just be a quick second, and then like 4 hours later, it's like, okay, shouldn't have touched it. Especially with like I was saying earlier, all these new miners that are coming out. So you kind of want to try them right away. Perfect volume, okay. I'm gonna leave it at this then. Applicable robot, okay, 60s and 80s music. We'll do a 60s, I'll dress up too. It'll be a 60s to 80s party. It'll be like kind of like WandaVision, we'll switch through the decades. Yeah. Don't do changes before bed. I don't know when the right time to do it is, because if you do it right in the beginning of the day, then it's like, if it does mess up, then it eats your whole day. If you do it at the end of the day, you're not going to sleep. I guess you should have like a window every week for maintenance, for rig maintenance. And just expect things to just take forever. That's the thing, is if it works the first time, I get quite suspicious. Is this still going? Is it moving? I think it's frozen again, Mining King. That's odd, I didn't lower anything. Looks like it's a different card every time too. $670 still seems kind of low for me. I don't know. $680 we go. That's the thing with AMD cards, there's like so many different options, not options, but settings. So it's like, with NVIDIA, it's like, okay, you use core, locked core, and memory. If it doesn't work, you lower, increase one. Alright, that'll reset eventually again. Golden Wolf, yeah, it's like you already have the whole card taken apart, and it's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have even started this whole thing. I'm rude, yeah, man, I've been thinking about immersion for years, and you know, now that we actually have the space to do it, it's kind of like, I don't know if I want to do it. It's just like so much upfront cost to do it that it's like, I don't know. And getting rid of the heat is like a whole nother thing. It's almost like just leave it, you know, by air. You are 100% right, Mighty King. I'm like leaning towards that. Yeah, I mean, I actually started on Hive. I don't know. My first experience with Linux distros were with Bravo. He's in the chat here, and that was with Ethos. That was such a nightmare of a. It wasn't a nightmare. It was better than Windows, but you know, I think it switched to Hive. Yeah, Hive was one of the first big ones that came out, and I ran Hive for a couple of years, and I always liked Hive, but I mean, I'll just be honest, the reason why I switched was right when the Radeon 7s came out, and this was like kind of before Discord, before they had like support on Discord and everything like that. The Radeon 7s were really finicky. I mean, they're still finicky cards, but they were especially like a pain on Linux distros. And I think it was the drivers, actually. AMD just had horrible drivers on those cards. And yeah, I reached out to the Hive team like 10 times, and I was like, can you add support for this? And they just ignored it. And then so I saw that Minerstat had Discord, and I reached out, and literally, like, I think his name's Coinscrow. I reached out to him in like the general chat. He's like, oh yeah, we support Radeon 7s. And so he like literally walked me through the whole thing. And then on top of that, he could see like my dashboard and everything. You can give them like your access ID. And he would like change around my clocks and stuff until they were like stable. It was like the most amazing support I've ever seen. And so I was like, okay, I'm staying with them for forever. Because you guys know how it is. It's like when you're starting out and it's like you're trying to, you know, I didn't really have like the Discord support group and stuff like that, you know, all these different mining channels. So it was hard to find, you know, what to do. And yeah, long story short, their team was just really nice. Ethos, yeah, Bravo. You remember those late nights? These are 3mm pads on the back. Rude. Purchasing protection plans for GPUs even worth it? I don't know. I mean, they all come with warranties, right? So I would just go through that. And I mean, it might be easier. I really don't know. Some of the RMA, I've RMA'd cards where I'll get one in a couple, you know, not a couple days, but I'll get one in like a week and a half. But I've also RMA'd cards where I get a different card back and it takes months. So I don't know. I've never really looked into those purchase protection programs. I think these back pads are 3mm. Yeah. See, I remembered. DJ Mines, what's up, man? Brasnik Miner, it's good. Oh, DJ Mines, I'm just repadding 3070 Ti for the 18th time. Oh, is this rig back up yet? Oh, it's doing something here, Mining King. Let's go back in. And it looks like it's probably frozen again. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's not having a good time today. Maybe I should just take out this SoC max voltage. I feel like this, when I did that the last time, everything seemed to be working. So let me give that a go. At least we can kind of like isolate what it might be. See how the market's doing. Oh, 1962. Okay. I mean, compared to the rest of the market, right? It can't be. It's not too bad. It's not Luna. You got film on your window. Is that in your room, DJ? Yeah, that tint in a like a home window really does make a big difference. Alright, I should start probably cutting some pads. RMA with Newegg, terrible experience. Yeah, man, I've been hearing horrible things about Newegg. Yeah, that's smart, DJ Mines. I had that done in like a sunroom type area, and especially in Florida, man, the sun is brutal. I mean, the sun's brutal in most places, but it makes a huge difference, especially with like your air conditioners and stuff. See if this thing is back up now. Yeah, it seems like everyone's all flustered with the market and stuff like that, but I mean, I hate to say it, I don't think it's that bad compared to, you know, the NASDAQ. That's the thing, is in like 2017, you know, kind of during the bear market after 2017 when everything kind of crashed, it was so hard with crypto, and it was frustrating because like you couldn't really find correlations. You know, there's deep pockets that would come in and like, you know, they could move markets. But now I feel like it's so intertwined with hedge funds and stuff that, you know, a couple $1 million here or there dumping on a market or an exchange won't do anything. And if you look at it in comparison with the, you know, equity markets or, you know, securities, the NASDAQ, Dow, whatever really you want to, it's so correlated with it that it kind of brings a weird sense of peace. you don't kind of expect it to completely tank down to zero. Satoshi, crypto down bad. You're very optimistic. It's not down that bad. Where are we at? Well, let me switch this. Just redo the clocks on it. Yeah, I agree, Mining King. It's still pretty profitable. I remember, you know, a lot of people got out of mining in 2017 because, well, I mean, everything tanked. And there were, like, some months where I remember looking at, like, what to mine for, like, a RX 470 or I think it was, like, the 1063 gigabytes at the time before the DAG switched over to 4. It was, like, just say, like, 30 cents a day, but you were paying, like, 26 in electricity. It was like literally, and that was at like 10, 11 cents a kilowatt. So you're like right there. It's crazy. now it's like I look at what to mine, I'm like, this is still really good. But yeah, I don't know, with proof of stake and everything coming, which again they were talking about in 2017. I knew people that were getting out of it in 2017 because of that. So I really have no idea when that's. I mean, we could speculate. If I'm gonna do these live streams, I should probably get a tinfoil hat and I could just wear that anytime we talk about that stuff. But I don't know when it's going to come. I saw an article someone posted in the Discord, one of the Discord members. Vitalik, I think, said August, but then like right under it, it says like, well, you know, anything could change that. And it's like, well, you're saying that for quite a while, so who knows? I'm excited to see some of these other projects, though. I think proof of work is here to stay. Proof of stake just seems like, I don't know, it's like centralization. It's like, yeah, it's you know, democratized over people that have nodes and everything like that, but it's like, you know, what's to stop major banks and stuff just having multiple of those nodes, you know what I mean? I guess you have like staking pools and stuff like that, but I don't know. 3090 Ti are below MSRP. Yeah, actually, the card right here is a 3090 Ti from EVGA. It's pretty good. I mean, it's not good for mining, but it's, you know, what does it get? 130 mega hash at, what was that? 360 watts, 370 watts. I think the 3080 Ti's are really good right now. They don't get nearly as hot. They mine 120, and not that expensive. And what, 280 watts, 270, probably 280. Let's see what this overclock is doing. I completely forgot about it. Oh, look at that, it's ready. Let's see if this one goes, Crypto King. I've been rubbing this backplate for too long. All the oil from these stock pads get everywhere. Alright. It looks like it's going. This is further than we've gotten. I took that, the SoC max voltage out, Crypto King, so I don't know, maybe, what did I have it at before? 870, 880? Maybe I just keep going up on that until I find that point. No, I don't, Mining King, but when you're doing like AMD overclocks for whatever reason, like I've had a couple times where it won't like do the full overclock and it'll try to mine with it, so I always just like manually do it on these cards, and I also do it with the new LHR stuff just to make sure that it's being applied, because then you're kind of just staring at this dashboard and it'll say like, you know, switching or initializing or something, and you have no idea what it's doing. We're getting 46, a little over 46, so where are the wattage is the same. So it has to be, what, that SoC max voltage. Should I try 890? What do you have on it again? You have like 860, right? Yeah, I agree, Applicable Robot. It's I'm not a fan of it, but maybe like a hybrid, you know, proof of work, proof of stake, but I don't know. Yeah, it is, Mining King. I don't know. I think I should try like 890, or should I just try 900? Would 900? I'm not sure what increments of 10 do for, you know, savings, if it's like that big of a difference. Maybe I just try 900. SoC frequency 980. 980? Oh, okay, SoC 8. Okay. mean, 980 is fine like this, so maybe 60. I don't know. Try what I had 880 before. Let me just try 900. Just go higher on that, and if it's stable, then we can go down a little bit. Now let's give it 20 minutes to update those clocks again. Okay, I gotta start cutting these thermal pads. What did I do with it? There it is. Alright. Mining King, are all of yours the MSI? MSI Max. I've seen really good prices on those on Amazon, or not Amazon, on Newegg. It's just so hot in here right now that I don't know. I can't really expand too much. Maybe like one more rig, but that's, I mean, honestly, even pushing it at this point. Is this still going? Is this frozen again? Man, I don't know what is going on with this max voltage. Every time I put that on, it's weird. Should I just keep going up? What's the stock, do you know? Yeah, 848 or 845 is what I saw too. Guess we'll wait for this thing to reboot again because I don't know what it's doing. Those X8s are nice with cards and everything like that because there's more spacing between them. The X12s are kind of like cramped a little bit. Okay, got that pad done. It's taking me a little longer, but killing two birds with one stone here. Yeah, I saw Matt Electron's video on it. So we'll wait for this to get booted back up. We'll give it a minute. It always takes a couple minutes. I need to get like an X-Acto knife. I kind of just use a box cutter to cut these, and sometimes tears them up a little bit. Alright, it's booting back up. Going. What was it, 900? Is that what I put on this? Yeah, SoC max voltage. I feel like it's always going to be like one card, you know? I think the Zotac actually also has a broken fan on it, so it's just like definitely needs some new pads on this thing. Okay, it's going. We're almost there. Might freeze in the miner again, but we'll see. Ooh, GPU 9, come on. Alright. Yeah, I don't know, man. I leave it just off. It seems to work fine. Okay, now it looks like it's starting the miner. Something's weird. It's frozen again. I just took off the SoC max voltage. We'll let this thing reboot back. Backwards miner. I'm not sure if MinerStat has that option or feature. Or I guess you can, wait, you can change it on the, or you're saying like list all the cards out, like 0 through 11, and then just take out, leave all but one. Alright, I got the back done, and I still have tons of thermal pad left. Yeah, you could definitely do, I would say for the Zotac 3070 Ti with 2 pads, one of each size, you could easily do 3 cards. Maybe 4. Alright guys, I'll be right back in about 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. I'll go check and see what the PDU is pulling, but I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I went to go check the PDU and Amazon also came to drop off some stuff. Backwards miner takes more time but less headache. Yeah, you are 100% correct on that. Looks like all this is going though. That's the thing, is if it was only like a couple watts, then it would be like, okay, you know, whatever, you know, just keep it on this so it's more stable, but it's a significant amount. I mean, even Zotac's backplate is like super flimsy, and I guess it is metal, yeah. It's like, you know, thin aluminum. I think it comes down to their cooler, the radiator, all that stuff that's in here. Oh, Zotac. Okay. Yeah, 80 to 90. Well, actually, this is more wattage than what it was before because I think my core is higher. What did I have my core at? 1050, I think. That was with R mode. Huh. I have it in here. Maybe I'll just add it back for now. So that I can at least get a lower core. Where is the perimeter? Here it is. Okay. So what was that? I think I had this at 1050. Then we have to... Oh, they have a new one, 10.0. I guess that's probably just this beta. I think this literally just went live as soon as I pulled this up. We'll check in a second. See, that's how quickly things change sometimes. Alright, we'll go back. I'm gonna go in here, clock. Let that go. Let's see what they did. This was released 10 days ago. Okay, I guess I'm extremely late. R mode public release. Okay. Alright, well. Let's see if we can get it back to what it was. Yeah, Veteran Miner, have a great weekend too, man. Talk to you guys soon. Well, not you guys, but you, Veteran Miner. Backwards Miner, 3080 Ti's are... I can tell you right now, actually, I have the list here. Yeah, 3080 Ti Founders Editions are 1.5 millimeter on the front, and on the back are 2 millimeter. 3080s, just the regular Founders Editions, they switched sometime 5 months ago, 6 months ago maybe. I think the newer versions, or the newly released 3080 FEs are 2 millimeter on the front and 2 on the back. But if you have an older 3080 FE that's like older than, I would say, 6 months, then it's going to be 1.5 on the front and 2 on the back. It's weird. It's the only FE that's a little strange, but you know, yeah, backwards miner. Yeah, 10 was live yesterday. I'm guessing it just put in everything from the public release. What's up, DNA Tech? Doglor Coffee, what's up, man? We got your coffee on. I think is I ordered it during the live stream for the poker tournament, the Aeon poker tournament. I actually have to get more. Do you have? It was ground coffee, right? Or do you have both ground and bean? This residue from these thermal pads just go everywhere. Not go everywhere, they just like stick. It's like almost like a Velcro on the VRAM chips. I should probably have another camera. Everyone that's like joining just like sees me looking down, but it's okay. Everyone knows what I'm doing. Doglord is awesome, man. I'm a big coffee guy too. Here, actually, let me pull up your coffee thing. Oh, no. Oh, let me just make sure my Octomonitor's not on fire. Oh. Oh, it's still going, okay. Okay, invalid. Oh, I forgot to. Sorry, 1 second, Doglord. Let me. Look at that. Forgot to put R mode. Alright. Tell you which one I got. Actually, can you see past? I don't want to pull my email up. Actually, I think I can because it doesn't show on stream. Let's hope it doesn't. Because I have an email from it. I'll tell you exactly which one. Okay, here's my Old Miner's Roast. 2 pounds of it. Yeah, no, it's ground. I don't remember. I think I'm gonna do the bean one next. Digital gold. Let's see what the difference are. I looked at this before, and there's a reason why I went with this one. I can't remember why. Oh yeah, right here. I don't know why I didn't see. I admittedly I had 2 to 3 beers during the poker tournament, so I must have just went too quick on this. Oh, this is your most popular one. I'm gonna give this one a go. Well, you have so many different ones. What are these? Oh, the whole bean. Okay. Espresso, actually. I don't have the machine for that, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. You are too, Doglord. Thank you. Italian is a brand new release. Yeah, man, the poker tournament was great. Oh, you just saw the teaser wrecked? Yeah, there'll be something next week too, so be on the lookout. We're excited. Each label has its own image. Oh yeah, now I see that here. Now I gotta see the Italian one, which, because it's like an ongoing joke with me and my friends, because growing up it was always like, oh, I'm Italian, I'm you know, half Italian or something like that, and I got one of those DNA tests back. Oh, Italian roast right here. And I'm 17% Italian. Our darkest roast, slow roast blend. That sounds really good. I love dark roast coffee. Because actually, I learned, was it a couple years ago? I'm a big coffee drinker. I had a Red Bull here, but that's because I don't have a coffee maker here, which I need to get. But what is it? The lighter the coffee, the more caffeine, and the darker, the less amount of caffeine. It's kind of like beer, where it's like, well, no, it's not true at all. It's like Guinness doesn't have a high alcohol content in it, but it looks like that, but it doesn't. Kind of reminds me of that. I'm gonna order this after this stream. Actually, I just don't want to do it while I'm on the stream. Everyone will get my information. The Italian roast, though, that sounds really good. What's this one too? I keep seeing that in the corner of Miner's Blend. This one sounds good too. This is kind of up my alley. Alright, let's see if this Octominer's on fire yet. No, it's going. No, we're still a little high on the wattage. I know this is not an accurate readout. What else did I change on here? I changed core clock. I think voltage I had it something else. Well, I think I have it written down actually somewhere. I think I had 640 on the voltage. Is that seems a little low. Hey, we'll give it a go. What else do I have? 670. I think everything else is the same. Our memory voltage I had down to 1270. Okay. I don't think it's going to do much, but we'll give it a go. Let that go again. Yeah, darker is less caffeine, but yeah, that's a good thing if you drink it throughout the day. You can have like a cup of it and not have to start getting a little crazy from the caffeine. You can kind of drink it slowly all day. That's at least what I do. Is I usually have like a tumbler and I'll just drink it throughout the day. Yeah, man, of course. Yeah, Golden Wolf, I'm sure. I used to as well. It's just then it's getting to the, I think it might have just been the coffee I was drinking actually, because it was a lighter roast coffee, and I would drink like 4 cups in like 3 hours, and I didn't pace it out correctly. Let's see, is this going? It's doing something. I did forget my thermal paste. Let me go grab that real quick. Alrighty. As someone asked before, this is the Noctua NTH1. I don't know if you guys can see it there. No, that's not. There it goes. Actually, it's a really small tube and an already smaller screen to the side. I should switch. They have all those different settings where you can like make the camera blown up on the whole screen. I should look into that. This is like the only thing I have now where it's shows the browser and then me in the corner. Okay, let's see if this goes. This stuff is just not coming out between these VRAM chips. I don't know, I think I'm a little too crazy with it too. It's just I keep thinking about like having to turn the mining rig off, take it out, clean it. It's like I might as well just spend the extra couple minutes and really scrub it. And I was looking at, what was I looking into yesterday? Oh, with the Octominer X12s and the X8s. Kind of just like taking the whole fan shroud off and leaving the heatsink, but then the fins on the heatsink are going from like the bottom, from the 16X slot to the top. So the air from the, you know, the 140 millimeter fans on the Octominer would just kind of hit the radiator and they wouldn't go through, you know, to get to the heat pipes and everything like that. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I wish that they had like universal heat sinks for graphics cards that could be built for that. But of course everything is not exactly the same across models. But hey, maybe we should look into that, because these coolers are not fitting the job description for what these things do. Okay. Is it going? Alright, it's mining along. So what I do, I turn down the core voltage and the memory a little bit. Not a whole lot, but let's see. Yeah, this looks more like what I had before, like mid 80s, kind of floats around there. Yeah, I think I'll leave it for now. I'll mess around with it a little bit later, but it's one of those things where it's like I know if I keep messing with it, I'm going to sit here for hours trying to do it. But Crypto King's right. It's when you're saving that many watts on a car, you know, overall across the whole rig. I mean, it's definitely something to look into. I'm excited with just these, you know, settings with the same wattage that I had before. But even more, I mean, might be a game changer with AMD, you know, compared to LHR, unless they release a miner that's extremely stable with LHR, which I'm sure they will, all in due time. What's the market looking like now? 1950. It's not great. You know what I've always kind of noticed, at least the past couple months, like 2-3 months, is it's fine until the market opens and here in the US, and then everything kind of just takes a plunge. But like over the weekend, it's usually, you don't really see large price movements. Actually, we did have one large price movement. It was like in the middle of the night here, Eastern time. But that's really the only one I can really think about recently. Like sometimes I wish that these screwdrivers were magnetic, but then I remember it's a PCB board, so it can't be. Especially one, what's the model? I think it's the 3090 Zotac. It has like these two screws that you have to like go in through the bottom to get to, and it's like if you don't have the perfect screwdriver for it, it's a nightmare. Doing something wrong here. I don't know what, but Yeah, they are. Do you use magnetic screwdrivers, Doglord? On the PCB boards? I feel like it would be okay, but I don't know. I'm doing something wrong here. Let me think. Getting there, slowly but surely. This is a lot longer than I expected to be live for. I think I'm going to start trying to do it a little earlier in the day. I just got caught up with some stuff today. Yeah, maybe it'll be a little bit better when I'm not doing thermal pad replacements. I guess I'll do some with it, some without, but you kind of need to go through stuff with you guys, different news articles and stuff like that, see what you guys think about it. I always enjoyed those the most, when Red Panda and stuff did those streams. I always thought it was really cool. Alright, how many more do I have on this thing? Getting there. I don't know why I took the I/O plate off this. I never needed to do that, but oops. Yeah, I haven't done 3070 Ti's in a while. I've been kind of focusing on the 90s, and I got all the 90s done. Probably last week I finished that up, but still having problems with the Zotac 3090s. Probably because I have 8 of them in a Octominer X12 case that has 2 of them jammed next to each other, and I know it's not good, but I don't know. I need to do something with those. 3090s are just putting out way too much heat, and Zotac were the only ones that you could kind of get for a while. And man, the coolers are bad on the 3070 Ti's, but on those Trinity ones for 3090s, it's like unless you live in, Antarctica, then you're probably gonna have some problems. Okay, I'm getting there. Now I'm doing 2mm for the front. These have some weird chips on them. At least the 3090s, as you guys know, have the front and back. But the 3070 Ti's also have the back for the most part. But there's no VRAM on the back. Maybe I should get another camera or something where I can actually I have a webcam. I could probably do that where I'd have a downward shot where you guys can see it. maybe in the corner. I think that'd be kind of cool. That one. Now what else? Yeah, I think when the first round I did these, I did like a whole bunch at once, and I got to about 20 minutes per card, I think. Check this rig real quick. It's still going. Yeah, the 6700 XTs, I've been really liking them. It was just kind of like, once the LHR got unlocked, it was like, okay, well, what's the point? But now that we're getting these kind of efficiency numbers, it's like, okay, well, maybe it's worth it. Right. Yeah, I feel like the market will stabilize over the weekend a little bit. Hopefully. I mean, I don't know. I've been talking with like a couple buddies about this for the last couple weeks, and it's like, when you look at stocks like Netflix and stuff like that, I mean, Ether, it's at, what, 1900? So, it's down, I would say, over 50%, maybe 55, 60%. But I mean, Netflix and stuff is like, you know, some of these tech companies have just been getting slammed. So it's like, you know, they used to say, oh, you know, crypto's way more volatile and everything like that, because when people usually get fearful, they'll sell assets that are, you know, more volatile. But then it's like, okay, why is crypto not tanking into the center of the earth then? You know, I think people are starting to realize and believe that, you know, this stuff has value in it. Except Luna, that doesn't have value. But I wonder how that's doing, actually. That was crazy. I feel so bad. I read so many posts on Reddit and online, people losing a lot. But that's why you don't put all your eggs in one basket, I think. Alright, now I'm putting the pads on at the front. This has been taking me a while, guys. What'd you say, Bravo action cam? Yeah, I'll get one just pointing straight down. Dope Lord, yeah, action cam, man. A 63090 Ti rig card? I don't know, Robert. I don't know. I want to, but that is a lot. Maybe. We actually have a new frame that we're releasing soonish, I want to say. We've been having some logistical issues with it, but it's a 12 card frame that can fit like 4 slot cards on it with room in between and everything like that. And so, you know, optimizers are great. I love them. But with certain cards, you can't have them slammed together like that. It's just too much. Especially the larger slot cards like 3090 Ti's. I don't even think you could fit them in an X8, but I mean, that's a lot. You know, a lot of heat, a lot of wattage, so isolated. But anyways, the open air frame, we have a new 12 card one coming out that can comfortably fit any card on the market, 12 of any card on the market. It can fit 4 power supplies comfortably and give you a lot of room. The thing is massive. Long story short, it's a big case, but it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the case that you would only need this one for any 12 cards. The problem with the current 12 GPU frames is they're great for 6600 XTs and everything like that, but they are just, I mean, as soon as I went to 3060 Ti's, I had to fit 10 on a 12 card one. 3080s, I have 6 of them. 3090s, I have 6 of them. So they're just not good for higher powered cards, but they're great for lower end, 6600 XTs, anything under 100 watts, I would say, which, now that I'm looking at these, the 6700 XTs are under that now, so it's like, okay, maybe, those would be good on that, but yeah, long story short, the new frame is going to be massive, and that is the kind of build I'd want to do on that. I was actually planning on doing a 12 card 3090 build on that, because I'm confident it would be comfortable on that. I might need to do higher CFM fans though, actually, for sure, rather than the 120 millimeter that we have. But yeah, long story short, they're big. Mining King, we switched off the max voltage one on the 6700 XT rig right here. Yeah, we just took the SoC off and now it's rock solid again. I re-enabled R mode, put the clock down to 1050, and we're back in like the 80s. So I don't know, I'll mess around with it a little bit more, but that's the thing with Silicon Lottery is when you have a rig with 12 of them, it's like finding, the problem one is annoying. It's not hard, but yeah, we had one viewer in here that mentioned a really good option here. Backwards miner, I think it was you. Yeah, just switch off some of the cards until you find the one that doesn't work. Robert, I'm excited for that frame. I'll be buying one for every rig I have. Sounds super cool. My frames suck, so what's the limit for an order? We don't have order limits on the frames, but I don't want to say they're going to be limited, because they're not, but the first round of them will be somewhat limited. But they're big. And that's what's kind of nice is, like I said, I love Octominers. I use them. I'm going to expand more into them. I'm going to switch some open air to Octominers, but I am going to be switching some Octominer builds back to open air, like the 3090s. I will be trying it in an 8-card rig, or an 8-card Octominer, but the 3090s are just like, I don't know, you got to give them room to breathe. They're choking all the time. Alright, I got like 2 more pads to put on here, and then I only have 20 more of these to do, so. And as time not time goes, but some of the leaks for the 4000 series and stuff already have these cards TDP at like 500 watts. It's like, okay, like I don't know if you can put all these in a server case, but they will always have the efficient models, the lower power usage and everything like that, like the 6700 XTs, like the 3060 Ti's, 3060s, and so I don't know. There's cards for open air, there's cards for Octominers. It kind of just depends on your situation. I love your guys' products. Well done, you all. Thank you, Robert. We appreciate that. We always try to, that's why I always tell people is when we started this, it was kind of like we just wanted to make the best risers possible, because that was always the problem Bravo and I ran into. It was always the riser. You'd buy a pack of 6 of them and one would be bad, and it was like you had to return all 6, and then it was just like it was just problematic, or they would go bad pretty quick. So when we were expanding a little bit, we decided to swap out all the risers, and that's how we started. The pursuit of the best riser, and that's what we kind of done with all the problems that we come into. We isolate the problem, look at it, and think like, okay, how could this be better? And we did that with the splitters. We did that with the fans. The fans I know are not like high CFM fans, but they're not meant for people that need, like Delta fans or server fans. But they are whisper quiet, and they also have a Molex cable on it, which none of the new fans have, so we had to have that all designed and put into it, so that you could daisy chain it all together. But yeah, that's how the frames kind of came to be. Is you see the frames that we have for sale now, the 12 GPU frames, and they're, like I said, they're great for lower wattage cards. But some cards don't even fit in that frame, lengthwise. I know these 3070 Ti's that I'm working on right now, these hollow amps. Like literally this point right here sits into the fans in the back, so you actually have to mount the fans on the outside of the frame. So it's kind of annoying, but you know, we got those frames in, and we have those for sale now. But you know, after working with so many of them and building our farm out, I think we have like 15 rigs that are on frames like that. We just were, you know, every problem we came into, we wrote it down and kind of engineered it into it, like, okay, how can we fix this? And how can we make this easier? How can we make it better? And that's what we did. This frame is, I mean, I can tell you guys, it's 7 inches wider, and it's about 4 to 5 inches deeper, which means you can do maintenance on the entire rig, even on the bottom level, you know, cards and stuff like that. It is a rectangle. It's not like you know, anything crazy. It has different support on it. It has, like I said, room for 4 full-size ATX power supplies, 1 in each corner, and also the front. It can actually have front fans if you guys want. It has that capability. You can also take off the fans if you want to do maintenance on anything. But with these, I know we have all of our 3070 Ti's are on the new frames, and we have two 12 card. Actually, one's a 10 card. But you can reach your hands between the, you know, the card and the fans, and have tons of room to work on the motherboard. So the motherboard on the current 12 card ones are like right under the cards, but on the, you know, newer model, I'm looking at it right now in the corner of the room, it's the motherboard is kind of like here, and then the cards are over here. So the cards kind of overlap a little bit, but if you reach in through the top, you can, you know, unplug them from the motherboard and do whatever you want, and don't have to worry about that, because, you know, on a lot of our rigs that are in the current 12 card model, it's like things are going into the CPU fan, and it's just like, I don't know, it's a pain. So long story short, we you know, took all of that and kind of built the ultimate frame that we would use in our mining farm, which I think a lot of you guys will use too. So yeah. My Strix 38s are so big the fans need to be on the outside for all my rigs. Yeah, man, that was exactly the problem that we have. We do have rigs right now with the fans on the back, so you lose a little bit of, you know, CFM just from that by part of the blade being on the corner. But on this new one, if it's 10 fans, you know, and also between the fans and the sidewalls, there's some space there too. So going from 8 to 12 is quite a bit more CFM, and it kind of, you can feel it. You could definitely feel it. And the support bars that the GPUs sit on are also twice as thick. So I think on the generic 12 GPU one now, it's 1.5 inches. On this new one, it's going to be 3 inches. So it's sturdy, and it was kind of a pain to get it up and going and everything like that. I don't know if you guys are super interested in it, but long story short, I'm going to say that probably about 20 times through this, but the reason why those 12 GPU frames were designed, the ones that you see for sale on our website and, you know, have seen in a lot of videos, is because they're the most efficient to ship. The size of them were designed for, you know, mass shipment and stuff like that. And, you know, we designed our new one, you know, not in those parameters, you know, so yeah, it costs a good amount more. It doesn't cost a good amount more than what they're for sale, but the margins are going to be lower on them because, you know, it costs a lot more to get them here. It's a lot more material. But again, you know, we're not designing products to, you know, for the cheapest way to get it here and the cheapest way to get it to you. We're designing products that are just the best product. And it's kind of how we go with it, if that makes sense. All right, I gotta cut these. So 2 of these. Sorry, I'm ranting a lot. That's what happens. I had a Red Bull today. I almost never have Red Bulls. So I need some more Doge Lord coffee. And I need my coffee maker here. I'm going to try that Italian one, I think, Doge Lord, if you're still here. I always cut these thermal pads a little bit wider than you're supposed to. Not that you're supposed to, just than what comes on it. I always feel like it's a little bit better to do that. It gets like a little more contact with the back plate. Some of them though you have to like really cut to size because they're next to like a mounting screw or something like that. But the ones that you don't, I always kind of go a little bit big on those. The old 12 GPU frames were perfect before all the power-hungry large form factor cards started coming out. The Omega is exactly the upgrade it needed to keep pace with new cards. I agree, Rect. That's why we designed it. It should be, if you need a bigger case than this, because of heat dissipation or anything like that, then I don't know what they're gonna do, putting these cards inside of, you know, gaming computers and stuff like that, because this case is big. So I was like, we're still trying to figure out all the instructions for it and stuff like that. I think I actually might put like team lift in it. I know that sounds kind of, you ever see like TVs that have like the team lift warning? Once I got one built with, was it 2 1600 watt power supplies and then 12 3070 Ti's, but they were like the Aorus Master ones, like almost the 4 slot cards. The thing was like so heavy. We had to have one person on one side, one person on the other to move it around. So I think we were gonna put like a little note in there that says like, you know, wherever you're building this thing, just keep it there. But yeah, I mean, the other 12 card ones, even with 6600 XTs, they're heavy. Actually, they're not that bad because you only have one, you know, PSU in it. But actually, that's one if it's a 1600 watt PSU. You could probably do 1300 watt. Yeah, you could do a 1300 watt with those cards. Problem is, I've had those cards reset overclocks before. If you only have 1300 watts, it's gonna kind of be a little much for it. Okay, thermal paste time, and then we're done with this card. I always have to use like a little pliers to get the cap off. Thermal paste kind of turns to like glue. So, okay. And that went everywhere I didn't want it to go. I don't know why liquid came out of that. I was just like talking about Noctua being great, but maybe it's because it was in heat. Yeah, that's probably what it was. It's pretty hot in the bunker here. There's like a ketchup bottle that you didn't shake, so it's like, it's just, okay. Alright, I think we're good. Am I missing anything? No, we're good. Okay. I'm kind of glad I don't have that action cam here because I would get absolutely roasted with how I just put that thermal paste on here. Okay. One second. Okay. Let's get these screws in. I got this one silicone pad thing on Amazon. I'll show you guys after this because it's pretty cool. It's like a giant mat that has like different compartments in it, so you can put like this set of screws there, this set of screws there. It's kind of nice. I would always have like this specific table that I would use for like repadding. It's like a fold-out table kind of thing. But obviously I can't put a big table right here, so I got this thing, and it's working out pretty good. Because it gets like thermal paste and all this stuff all over it, but since it's like silicone, I think you could just wash it down. Just throw it in the dishwasher. You know what I'll do next time I'm doing these repads is since this is, you know, live stream, I could just throw it on the test bench before I do it, and I can remote into the test bench here, and we can see the thermals, and then I'll connect it back up just so you guys know that I'm not just destroying this card. Who knows, I might be. I'm just kidding, Zotac already destroyed it before they shipped it to me. Alright, a couple more screws, and then we're good. So yeah, I think I'm going to start doing live streams a little more. What time is usually good for you guys? I just decided today. I recently got like this little overlay thing, and then I got some screens, you know, when I'm not here, and starting and ending and stuff like that. But I have no idea when it comes to like times and stuff like that. So I just figured, you know what, today I've been trying to think of it actually for a couple days, and I was like, I'm just gonna go live today, see who's there. And it's Friday, so why not? After 4 p.m. Central. Okay, so 5 p.m. here. It's like an hour and 15 minutes ago. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good time too. Is there anything like in particular you guys would want to see? I know that I figure we just chill and hang out while I'm doing, you know, repads and stuff like that. But I think like live overclocking has always been kind of cool. You know, seeing like what the max you could do. And I have the test bench right back there, and the wattage on the ROG power supply is really accurate, within like about a watt from the wall. I can do stuff like that. Bless Noob Crypto, what's up, man? Alright, 3 more screws, and I have a lot more of these to do actually, but hey, you think it'd be cool, Robert? Yeah, I could do that. Let's do a stream actually on that. I can't next week. Literally next week's like the worst week for me. But after that, I'm gonna try to actually do a stream every day for at least an hour. Because I decided, again, as I said at the beginning of this, it's like, you know, why not do it if I'm sitting here anyways, messing around on the computer and stuff? Might as well live stream it if any of you guys are interested. Yeah, Robert, I have a, right here, this card is a 3090 Ti from EVGA. It's been humming along on the test bench for a while. Actually, I got it next day, I think. Yeah, it released, and I got that EVGA has like their elite member, whatever thing it was, and somehow it popped for me, so I ordered it, got it here, saw that it wasn't that efficient. Now it's sitting on the test bench. It is a very beefy card though. That thing is ridiculous. Was it like a 3.5 slot card? It's like it's a further one, 3, but just like they added another ½ inch to it. They're like, it's not big enough, and add more to it. And everyone with mini ITX builds like me are like, well, I don't need it anyways. All right, finally finished this one. Let's see if this one will turn on eventually. I'm not going to go back there now, but I'll go plop it on a little bit later. I'm going to leave all the pads out because I'm going to keep doing some of these probably tomorrow. Let's see if I can show you guys these pads real quick. Or not these pads, but this silicone pad thing that I'm using. It's kind of neat. I can't lift it up using all this stuff here, but can I put a link down in the description below on Livestream? I really have no idea. Oh, Chump's live? I love watching his live streams. They're kind of, that's what kind of encouraged me to do this, where it's just like you're just chilling, talking to everyone. It's not like some intense thing that, like, you know, you constantly have to be like, what's going on, what's going on. What mega hash do you get and what wattage? I get, what, 130? I think like 131, and then like 350, 360 watts, 130 mega hash, somewhere around there. 3.75, is that it? Yeah, it's big. When I first got the box, I was like, okay, this is a little big, and then I opened it up, I'm like, alright, this makes sense. 3080 Ti sitting at Best Buy. Oh, you're talking about the FE plus noob? Yeah. My Best Buy, I was actually there earlier today, and they also had like, they had 3080 Ti's and I think 3090s just sitting there. I was like, wow, I haven't seen that in a while. What are the FEs? Are those $11.99 or $10.99, $9.99? Golden Wolf, you got me in one and Chump in the other. Alright, that wasn't so bad. I complain about this, but it's really not that bad. Actually, I think it's probably because I have you guys here. It's definitely that, actually. I'll listen to music sometimes while doing this, but then it's like, I don't know. I guess I've just done too many of them. It's like, why do all 3070 Ti's need this? Not all of them, but I guess just all of them. I got lucky with the all the Zotacs. I was blessed with the Zotac. 135 mega hash at 340 watts. That's not that bad. I think I might be right around, no. Yeah, no, I'm probably about another 15, 20 watts above you, Robert. I am getting probably about 135 mega hash. I think. Let me look, actually. I can remote in here. Actually, can I can just show you guys what I'm doing, right? Let me switch it over. Give me 1 sec. Is that working? Can you guys see that? I have to put that on the bottom? Let me know if that's, I know there's like a delay on the stream for 10-20 seconds. Yeah, let me know if you guys can see that. The program's called Parsec, but if you guys can see the test bench up on the screen. I'm still new to the live stream stuff, but I promise I'll get the hang of it. But yeah, if you guys are interested in like overclock videos and stuff, Robert, can you see the screen? I can't tell from my end. I feel like all the streamers have like another screen and stuff like that. I should probably get one. I can't see anything. Here, let me pull up my okay, you can, cool. Let me pull up. I'm using Precision X1 because it's a EVGA for the win. Getting 132 mega hash at 340 watts. There's a new update. I don't know if that matters, but let's see. I have the core clock at 1200, power at 70, and memory at 1700. That's kind of close to what you said. 3700 on the memory. Alright, Dog Lords, thanks for stopping by, man. Talk to you soon. I'll let you know how the new coffee is. Yeah, I was about to say 3700 in Windows. So what is that, half on here? Let me I know I have to calculate this without my brain. So 1850. Let's bump it up. Let's see what we do. That's kind of cool. I can move around this window on my computer, but it stays the same on the stream. It's pretty neat. Now I know how all these streamers do it. I would always watch it and be like, this is crazy. But now that I'm doing it, I'm like, it's not so bad. All right, let me move this here. You guys can probably see this mat now that I have everything off of it. It's like this thing. It smells awful. It smells like it had like a horrible smell, and then they sprayed it or soaked it in something that also had a horrible smell to mask with the first horrible smell. Alright. Let's see what we get, Robert. Looks like it's the same for now, but I should probably bump the power a little bit, right? What'd you say your core is 15? Maybe I should just put those settings in T-Rex. Am I even using T-Rex on this? I think so. This has been running for quite some time. Yeah, this has been going on for 50 days. 1 hour. I have not reset this. Do you think it's something with a new miner? Are you using a new miner? I can't. This isn't an LHR card, so I don't think it should matter. But let me move this mat. Second, guys. Alrighty. Now I can get my keyboard in front of me. Alright. 71 power. Let me give that a go. Is this thing like ice cold on the memory too? Does this show the memory? This might be the T-Rex before the memory. Let me pull up hardware info. Oh, it's crashing a little bit. Yeah, memory junction temperature 68. I guess that's what 3.75 gets you. And the slot size, that's wild. It's creeping back up a little bit. Should I try the newest miner? Do you think that'll... Nah, I don't know. I really pushed this thing heavy when I first got it. I think we had a video out on it, actually. What did I get on it? It was like... Let me see if I can find it on here. I don't want to go through that. Yeah, I have a video, actually. That's not uploaded yet, which I don't want to show right now, so I'm not gonna do that. But I can't remember exactly what it was. It was a good amount though. This card overclocks like a monster. I'm having I mean, you guys can see the thermal issues on these. This is also kind of weird on miner stat. Like, it's not. Like, for instance, like this one that's 70 is probably not throttling. It's probably this one with 30, and same with here. It's like weird. I don't know. The dashboard's a little weird. Maybe I just bump up the, what do you got, 132, 71. Yeah, you have a pretty low power consumption. It might be because you're on Hive. Windows is the worst. Not the worst. Ethos is the worst, but Windows is pretty bad. When it comes to mining, yeah, it's going. I'm just going to switch it back for now. Maybe newer drivers. Can you search for drivers on this? I thought you could. Oh, that's the other one that they have. Alright, I'll do this and I'll start it again, and then I think after that I'm gonna head off for the night. What time is it? 3:34. No, it's definitely not that. 6:34 here. I'll do some of the Windows updates too and stuff. I haven't honestly been in this one for probably about a month. It's been running. Every day I'll walk in and look at the wattage on the Thor power supply. I'm like, oh, it's still churning. This had an update too. That's the thing when you're on a live stream. It's like you know, before you would film a video or something, you know, everything's all up to date and stuff, and it always looks like, oh, you know, I just always keep it like this. It's always up to date. But that's not the case. I can guarantee with all the other YouTubers, it's the same thing too. That's why live streams are fun. Yeah, I think I'll do an overclocking video and stuff. Maybe I'll pick like a card. I can do that on YouTube. I can like make a poll and stuff like that. I'll do that. Yeah, we'll get this up and running, but I think I am going to log out for the night, guys. This is going to flicker back and forth and stuff like that, and I know as soon as I do these Windows updates, it's going to take a while, so I don't want to bore you with all of it, but yeah, guys, that's going to be everything, I think. I appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out. I think I am going to be doing a lot more of these. Again, next week, not so much, but I'll start popping in, and maybe I'll get like a schedule going and stuff like that. Alright, guys. Well, I hope everyone watching this has a great rest of their day and weekend. It's Friday, so enjoy, guys. Have a great one. Bye.